Mike's muted. There we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another ZGL match. This is going to be the playoffs. Winners round 2. And, we're going to be starting... I'm going to be starting a little bit late. I'm not going to be able to go through my typical rundown that I usually do, but both of these teams, incredible rosters in their own right. I'll go down very quickly through the rosters. 07, J-Luck, Dristix, Dior Dio and 6, Cincy going up against Fortifi, Evolve, Vessel, Envy, and Nexu. On the other side, both these teams, I believe, 5-0 undefeated so far. I don't even think 07 has dropped a map in the regular season so far. So it's kind of a battle of the Titans in winners round 2. And I mean, we'll see who ends up moving on Indigo winners round 3. I mean, whoever loses this might be able to make a run in the losers bracket as well. So keep that in mind. This is still in the winners side of the bracket, but we should have a banger on our hands at the very least. And it will be, looks like we do have a lag out, so I can actually talk a little bit more. I thought we were going to be rushing to the start here, but maps and modes, you see them on your screen. We're going to be starting with Blackheart, then Raid, and then Scar, and then a double dose of Exposure at the end. If we do need to go extra maps, which I am expecting this one to go the distance. I think, I would expect this one to go all 5 here. Who ends up winning it? I don't know. Honestly, this is kind of a toss-up for me because I know both of these squads pretty strong. I know 07, they did go undefeated in their map record, but they maybe had an easier group. It's hard to know these kind of things. I mean, that's happened before where, a team, they go undefeated, they don't lose a map, but their group wasn't the hardest, so they didn't really have much competition. We'll see if that's going to be the case tonight and see if 07 continue their trend of not dropping maps. But, I mean, Fortifi, they're going to be looking to take it away from them. And in a decent series as well. I do like these maps in front of us. Blackheart, the bang out map number 1. Definitely, we'll see whose gun's hotter. I know this team's, had a little bit of beef in the chat beforehand on the scheduling aspect. And, I believe Evolve was saying that they're their rivals or something. 07 did some disrespectful tweet. I don't know. There's some banter going back and forth from both sides. So regardless, storylines should be an interesting regardless of how you slice it. So should be a decent effort. And for 07, I mean, honestly, if they can come out and they can take this map number 1 pretty dominantly, that might just be a determining factor for me. Who's going to be coming out hotter. And, typically ends up mattering a lot. As we are going to be loaded on in, we are starting map number 1 here. And, oops. Hold on a sec, guys. What is going on? There we go. My game wasn't loading for a second. I just did an update the other day, so I was hoping it didn't screw anything up here, but I'll get the team switched in a moment. Looks like they're flipped for me on the overlay, but regardless, it's going to be 4 dead, and it's going to be Fortifi coming out stronger on the start. They're going to be blocking the spawns, and they're going to have the initial setup, and it could be a tough one to break as well. Look at the cruddy corners that they're in. Look at this window Envy's at. Yeah, just shouldn't be able to get a freebie here, and he will. Now 2 arrows, contending with 1 in the point. It's going to be Drisic, and he will eventually fall. So pretty good start from Fortifi. They started on the better side, and they're making the most of it. And they're going to lose 1 as well. 3 falling. There we go. 07 with 3 in the feed. They're going to break on through, and the potential split spawns coming on through. So now Fortifi, they have to back on up and play their lives so effectively here. It's going to be Vessel and Evolve backing up, making sure they're not getting any scams coming through. But Vessel gets unfortunate timing in the back, and now 07, an opportunity to pounce. This gunfight in the back is so important, and J-Luck wins it. J-Luck, the lone member, past the 50-yard line. He slithers on out. He has teammate support as well now, but pressure is mounting. Fortifi, they'll push on through and not meeting a ton of resistance here. Yeah, Evolve just slides on through. The arrows just all over the place at the moment. 07, they will stabilize for the moment, but I mean, it's just continuous arrows flooding from both sides of the overextension, really. I mean, it's just going to be who's more disciplined in the back here. Drisic doing a decent job. He gets a double. He'll shut down any shenanigans, but he still has arrows in the back he's got to deal with. And there we go. Evolve gets him. Just as he saved, trades on through. But not before Fortifi have something to say about it. They'll push on through. They'll get the time, and they'll be soaking for the rest of this 20. And 07 spawn a decent ways out as well. So nice break late onto this hill from Fortifi. Doing what they can to collect quite a bit of this scrap time, honestly. At 30 seconds. Decent chunk of change. That's more than half of the hill right there after the initial contest coming through. Envy with some shots. Able to get 1. Not enough for a second, but on the 4 spree, we'll see if he ends up collecting any of these streak series. Decent ways off of that Hellstorm, but early days at the moment. Envy does get 1 in the back, and he should flip the spawns. He's going to see one high to the sky, but no, it's going to be taken on out Cincy for the trade, but Cincy immediately dealt with. And back and forth we go, and it's going to be Fortifi on the better end of things, and Evolve just chilling mid-map. Now he can block. He pushes them out further toward P4, and 07 have a long walk to get across toward the hill now. Not only that, they have to win some gunfights, and these could be hard ones to win. P3, probably the most annoying hill to try and break on this map. Just the crossfires are so deadly. You can push them back so far, pushing up mid-map where Vessel is right now. Unfortunately, Vessel does fall, but I mean, job has been pretty much done. By the time 07 break through toward this hill, I mean, it's going to be too late. They're going to have to rotate toward P4. And do you really elect to take that chance? Driscoll and Co, they are going to go for it. They will break on through, but like I said, there they are. Fortifi at new. They're going to have all 4 members over here. It's really going to be up to 07 now to try and break. They did a decent job on the P3, but it was late in the hill. Can they do a better job earlier on the P4? Vessel still in the back, still frying, and he's still living. He has multiple arrows. Yeah, number 8 just spawned on top of him, by the way. If you didn't see that, that was kind of insane timing that he just got. But Vessel still wins the gunfight in the back. I don't know how he's able to win that one. And 07 just getting cut down. All 4 will fall. And some unfortunate timing maybe turned out to be promising after all. Vessel stays alive. The rest of his team stabilize. They're going to be earning a lot of this P4 time now. We'll see if they can hold the rest of it. So far, 07, I mean, try as they might, they just cannot break this ironclad setup Fortifi have established for themselves. And with 20 seconds left, look at this route from Vessel as well. Unfortunately, it does get dealt with. They do alert the players of 07. That could have been a deadly one if he was able to get behind enemy lines there, but unfortunately, it was all for naught. And now Fortifi going to have to break out the hard way. It's going to be gunfights on the OE. Driscoll wins one. And it will be a second one on Old. I'm not sure if Cincy even wants to win this one. He's going to be spawning his teammates kind of parallel to him. And Nexu wins an important one midair. I'm not even sure how he's able to win that one, but the AR gets one, but 07, I mean, they're set up for a reason. I mean, they knew they needed to rotate to this hill early and get set up. But Fortifi is on the prowl, and guess who it is again? It's Vessel on the pinch. Just gets through enemy lines, but I think he has been spotted now. Nexu does help him with that trade, and now Vessel, you just got to stay down, Mr. President. You just got to stay alive to make sure your teammate's spawning on you, but he cannot. The pressure is too much. Envy has a big job in front of him. He gets a double, though. He's still alive and kicking. But just too little, too late at this point. 07, this setup was just too strong. Too many arrows to contend with, despite the routes from Vessel. And that is what a good early rotation can net you. 07, get about 30 to 40 seconds on this P5 time before the reset coming through. At the end, though, it will be Fortifi getting the last little bit of change there. So definitely a decent amount of scrap time to be gained. But after all is said and done, it's going to be Fortifi with a comfortable edge. Going into the second set of rotations, about 50-second lead or so. Evolve does spawn one out, and he knows it, and Envy gets a double on point, and there we go. The flip at the perfect time. And look at where number 4 is. Vessel going for spawn kills. He might be able to get a couple. Dyro for nothing on the rotation, as he can't get the entry he needs. Envy gets one toward mid-map. Trades are coming through. It's going to be Driscoll with the double. 07 break on in for now, but they got to make sure they're getting the trades in their favor. They need to hold some of this time. They've been able to break a little bit, but just haven't been able to stabilize the setup so far. It has been all Fortifi arrows on the map. Nexu, almost fell off the map there. Caught himself in the end. And it's been blue in the kill feed so far. Decent setups for them. And they've done a great job locking down this P1 hill. Seems like no matter the setup, they have been able to break. Been a little bit more proactive on the map so far. Evolve going toward the back, able to get one, not the second. Since he's able to shut it down in 07, I mean, they'll break the back of the spawns, but they need to make sure they're getting these gunfights in transition. These are pivotal, critical kills. Cincy with one, J-Luck with another one, and Cincy with the double. There we go. That's the clearance they were looking for. And now it's just Envy on the front end, looking to contest. Try his best to make it a little bit more mixy, and he's already kind of got about 5 to 10 seconds off of this hill, just being annoying from the front. And yeah, there's his teammates. There's the 3 dead, and there's all 4. What a quality break from Fortifi. The teamwork right there was phenomenal. They didn't collapse on Envy quickly enough, and they paid the price for it. Gunfights coming through, just blue in the feed. But as quickly as they got in, it might be a late break here from 07, as they're going to just push in through the front door. They come a knocking, and they might just knock the walls down. We'll see if they're going to be Jericho or not. We'll see as the series continues, but I mean, Fortifi, despite 07's, I mean, heroics in the late stages of that hill right there, they're still down about 80 points. They need to get something going. This is a map for comebacks, but it's going to have to be a more of a team, a collaborative effort, really. A lot of solo pushes so far, and just Driscoll in the back. I think he kind of got blessed to spawn there, but is eventually dealt with in the feed, and will be traded. Now Fortifi with the setup on P3 after netting themselves a ton of time on that P2 as well. They could look in to close it here. They'll get incredibly close to doing so, about 5 to 10 seconds away after all said and done on P3. If they're able to hold the majority of this time, 07 trying to break on in, but Envy from the top rope shuts it down, and 07, I mean, they're just having a rough map so far, it would seem. J-Luck, he's going to spawn in the back with Cincy, but they need to win some gunfights, and so far the trades have just been not going their way. 2 for 2s are just going to favor Fortifi spawning close every single time. We'll see if Envy can get something going on this OE. He's already kind of slivered it through, but unfortunately the gunfights, the shots not up to par there. They'll get taken down in 07. This might be their last chance here. They're rotated on through toward New, but they got to make sure they're shutting down this initial wave of kills, but the Hellstorm missile coming through might spell disaster here. It's going to be Evolve. We'll see if he can get anything won. He already gets the first one and the second one. The streak's coming on through, and it's just going to be Drisic in the back. He'll spawn the rest of his team on top of him. But Fortifi, they broken on in, and they're here. They're set up. They have the iron wall right there. The Eiffel Tower, as some call it. One high, one low. But, I mean, 07, they're not dying yet. They're not out of it. J-Luck will break on in. Maybe some sloppy shots, but J-Luck able to get his own trade at the very least. But still, I mean, this 100-point edge, this is, I mean, pretty much, I don't want to call it over because I've seen some crazy comebacks, but I don't know. 07, they got to start shooting a little bit straighter. Maybe just a rough start for them in this map number 1. We'll see. They do get a couple kills in transition, so not over yet. They need to make sure they're winning. These are critical gunfights on transition. With only 10 seconds left, they have to win these, or they're going to be spawning in Timbuktu behind the old hill. Drisic gets the one from the front. J-Luck is here in the back to help his teammate, but he'll get dealt with. And now the stun's going to reveal Drisic on the front. So many arrows for him to deal with, and he's going to get fallen instantly. Cincy for the trade, but only the one. And it's going to be Evolve in hill, just shutting the front door on 07. They're spawning out all the way across the map. And maybe one final hurrah at this hill is all 07's going to have, and it's just J-Luck now. And this should be the deal breaker right there. There we go. Said and done. Map number 1. Fortifi Shadow taking it convincing 250 to 144 in that one. My goodness. Pretty dominant performance from Fortifi there in map number 1. I thought maybe, you know, 07 might be able to come out and take it pretty convincingly, but no. It was the exact opposite, and I mean, you know, I knew Fortifi was going to be putting up a resistance tonight for sure. You know, I've seen these guys before last year as well. I don't think I've casted them in BO7 as of yet. I don't think I got to do one of their games yet, but I mean, you know, good to see that they're still showing out in the new title and doing their thing. Just a good team effort across the board. Pretty consistent slaying, I would say, across the board. So nice stuff from them. They're going to take the 1-0 edge in this one, and maybe some group cheese from 07 with the undefeated map count. I mean, we'll see. Going deeper and deeper into the playoffs, your mettle is tested, for sure. So we'll see if that ends up being the case going forward. We are going to be heading to SND. It's going to be raid. So it's a little bit of a chance for 07 to bounce back in this second map. And we'll see if that, you know, proves to be fruitful. This might be one they need to win, honestly, after that map number 1. We'll end up seeing, I mean, honestly, Overload is probably the one I'm looking at the most, but going down 2-0 in a series is never a good look. And we'll see if 07 can bounce back after kind of a rough map number 1 there. They started off a little bit cold, it seemed like, and just were never really able to get their footing. And I'm actually curious now. I'm assuming, don't quote me, Chad, but I'm assuming we're still playing with the same sniper rifle rules as we have been with the 2 lives on snipers, and we're not playing with the updated, whatever the pros are doing right now with the no aim assist GA kind of stuff. I'm assuming that's for later, so let me know in chat if that's a thing. I'm assuming it's still just the default whatever we're doing, so let me know in chat if you guys know. I'm assuming that's probably the case, but I'll get clarification in a moment, as we are going to switch on host, and we'll see if Fortifi can go out to a 2-0 lead, or if 07 can make a comeback in this one. It was kind of an ugly map number 1. Just weren't able to get a whole lot of slaying going. We'll see if they have better luck in this one. And it won't let me, I hate when it doesn't let me switch teams on my mouse. Oh wait, there we go. They haven't even set the rules yet. That's why I can't do it. There we go. And no, I don't think I have any other matches tonight, Nico. Or at least I don't. I don't know if I'm sure there's other people casting or streaming matches tonight. I think there is one. I think Prince is streaming one right now, or casting one right now. He's in the other call right now, so I'm not sure which match he's doing. But I think there is some other matches going on. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. All right, there we go. There we go. Now I can switch teams. Love that. Yeah, I was gonna do Codcaster like in-game overlay with like the cool colors and stuff. I tried it, but I don't know what's going on with the switch buttons on Codcaster. Is my cam lagging? What is going on? What is going on? Is my cam lagging? Please say it ain't so. Whatever. Anyway, I was gonna do like the cool Codcaster overlay, but the switch teams button's like not working for me. I don't know why it's doing that, but it won't let me press it. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have any issues with that or not, but that's probably just a me thing. Whatever. It's nothing I can really do about it, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's what I thought, Rallo. I thought it was like they GA'd it and then they un-GA'd it because they nerfed they supposedly were gonna take out aim assist on CDL search for the sniper. But I don't know if they've done that yet. I think that's only for like the pro builds. I'm not sure if any of the challengers people or any of the private matches can do that with CDL rules. I don't know. That's why I was asking. I have no idea. Yeah, I guess so. I'm just assuming it's still this 2-life rule. I'll just assume it's that way until, you know, I get further confirmation that it's something else entirely. So that should be fun. We'll still have the sniper rifles out in action. Also, how you guys doing, chat? I haven't really been talking to y'all because I kind of got rushed at the start a little bit. How we feeling tonight? I didn't really do predictions before this series started, but I'm not too sure what to expect in this series. I know map number 1 we just played, obviously Fortifi ended up winning that pretty convincingly, but I still think this is going to go 5, and I just don't know who's going to take it because it's going to depend on the search and destroy kind of for me. I still think it's going to go all 5, but I don't know. I really don't know what to expect because I know Fortifi, like, they're a good team. I don't know how good they're going to be against 07 and search. They could absolutely come out and shut it down. We'll see. We'll see. I know Vessel from last year, it was pretty good at respawn, but maybe not the best at search. We'll see if that ends up being the case, but we are loaded on in. Map number 2. Raid SND. Fortify Shadow find themselves up 1-0 after that first Blackheart. Kind of dominant performance in that one, winning by over 100. They're going to be on offense first in map number 2. Curious, actually. Looks like a nade's going to hit. I don't know if anybody's sniping for the side of 07. It looks like not this round, so we might not be seeing any fireworks at the moment. Evolve. I like this positioning he's found himself in. They're playing for this mid-cut player heavily. Looks like that stun will deter them for now. Vessel kind of on an island today. Needs to be careful here. J-Luck's gonna get first blood. Vessel tagged down incredibly low. The trade on through for mid, and the pinch picked up as well. So Patience plays off. Envy and Evolve. They bait out 07, and now Cincy and co. What can they do in this situation? Not a whole lot. Cincy instantly dealt with. Drisic now in the 1v3 has multiple arrows to contend with, and there we go. Fortifi running it down. Doing their thing in this one. And I know Fortifi, a good team from last year, so it's kind of a different, they have a bunch of different teams, so it's kind of a mixture of players from the Fortifi team I know from last year. I know Vessel was on there. I believe Nades used to be on the team, I believe, as well. I think a bunch of different rosters kind of combined together, I guess you could say. So definitely not the same team, but looking good to start so far, especially Evolve. 3 spree for him. He'll shut it down. And just a patient play toward mid-map. I actually really loved what I saw them do in mid. They waited for the push to come from mid-steps. It never ended up coming, but they just baited and switched to the guy kitchen. And that allowed them to just hit the go button. And looks like the blind counter didn't work this round. I like the attempt to go toward B, all 4 of them, but that left the A-bomb completely isolated and open. J-Luck gonna get spotted. He'll back on up, and I'm surprised the bomb hasn't gone down yet. They've cleared out laundry. They've cleared out basically everything on the A side, but still no bomb plant. And now J-Luck might find himself in trouble. Gets shots in, almost able to get that kill had he kept shooting there, but probably better to play your life. Well, that's not a great way to play your life. J-Luck throws it away. 4v3 now, make it 4v2, and yeah, just 07 taking entirely too long. The bomb never got planted. And now Dior, left in a tough spot, gets 2 players incredibly low, but I mean, they're just getting surrounded at the moment. Nexu back toward jungle, just needs to play his life, and yeah, all left to Dristic yet again. I mean, just systematically taking care of Fortifi. I mean, they didn't even really have to do anything that round. I feel like 07 just kind of scammed that one away. No A-bomb plant after they cleared basically the entire site, the entire really wing of that map. It seemed like they had it covered, but Fortifi kind of gifted that one. We'll see if 07 make an adjustment going forward. That was not the best look on offense. And back on offense we go with Fortifi. We'll see what bomb site they elect to take, and it looks like A might be the cards for them. Bomb going toward mid, though. And nobody home toward mid, so potential for them to push on up. And look at this route from Envy. No, it's going to get shut down instantly. But the trade is there. Vessel with the instant one. And Evolve back to his BS in the same, basically the same spot he was before. He knows there's going to be a player mid-cut. He's just waiting for a confirmation, waiting for a shot to rain out. And he might have waited a little too long. J-Luck gets one, and he gets out with his life. Evolve going for the chase. He is going to trade it, though, at the very least. So 2v2. Evolve and Vessel versus Dior and Cincy in this one. And this is one at 07. They desperately really need to win this one on the defense. That way they can have a chance at tying things up on their next attempt, their next crack at offense. But I don't know. We'll see if it ends up working out. Pretty spread on the defense. Cincy in a decent corn. He might be able to get one. There we go. Gets the freebie. And now it's just left to Vessel in the 1v2. And there we go. Cincy gets the double. Patience pays off for him. That's the answer back 07 needed. 2-1 now. Still far from over. We'll see what 07's cooking on their offense this time around. I absolutely hated how patiently they played that A hit that last round. So we'll see if they speed things up a little bit more after they clear it out, or maybe they like to go B here. I guess we'll find out here in a moment. It looks like A we go. They're going to meet some resistance, though. It's going to be Nexu and Evolve back here. And Nade's going to land Cincy tagged down incredibly low. I thought that might have been able to kill him, but I think Flak Jacket saved his life for the moment. Drissic is here, but Drissic, oh no, gets team killed. I think he was dead regardless, but first blood going their way, and now a 2v2 situation. Trey's going everywhere. And Evolve still back toward Laundry. Envy looking at B. And now Dior Dyro spots him. He knows he's there, but he might be giving himself away. Oh, the timing on the nade couldn't have been worse. And Evolve at a good spot now. He has his teammate coming to support him on the outside. Will the timing work out? Envy's here. Envy's going to be, I don't even know, drive-by-in. And now Cincy in the 1v1. He gets one back. The pistol is going to land. And now Evolve going for the trade, but he's not going to spot him. And Cincy clutches on up. Evolve checks the wrong corner. And Cincy with a double to close out another round. The hero for 07 in these last couple. And he was still low here, too. That probably should have been a trade. Just Evolve. Yeah, checks the wrong spot. Maybe should have let that one go. Sometimes you just got to play a corner. If you don't know where they went, make sure you don't get timing yourself. But Cincy clutching up big in that round, tying things up. And that's exactly what 07 needed. Going into round number 5 here for Spree for Cincy. We'll see if he can end up getting any sort of streaks going, but it's going to be toward B we go. Bomb's left in the spawn, though. And look at where Evolve is. He just gets so aggressive, but yeah, by his lonesome. No trade coming through, and he'll get shut down. So 07, a much better look at this round. It's going to be Vessel and Co. Nothing they can do this round. Just immediately shut down. And now Nexu in the 1v4. This should be over. Tag down low, and there we go. There's the trade. 3 in a row. 07, locking in. Love to see it. Definitely a better answer back this last round. We'll see. I'm actually not sure. I guess we aren't going to see the sniper. I double checked what Raul just said in chat. So I guess no snipers are going to be in play and search for this series. So that honestly, that might be part in why maybe 07 was struggling off the rip. Maybe not used to playing without the sniper. We'll see. But they look good for the last couple of rounds. I mean, Cincy just consistently getting hit with this nade, but no follow-up. As already 07 aggressive toward Laundry. Drisik is here, but he needs some help. Evolve's just kind of running it down, and yeah, Drisik will get out. And he gets the best timing toward outer as well. Gets one, gets out with his life, and potential to get another one as well. Fortifi toward mid-map might be out of this round. It's really going to have to be a timing. Look at where number 6 is as well. Look at where DR, he's all the way at B. And it looks like the bomb is heading over here as well. Yeah, Nexu gets one toward Laundry. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure if I love this attempt, because look at where Vessel is. He's behind enemy lines. He's gonna spot one. The bomb's gonna go down. No, not quite. He gets off of it. Vessel kind of mind blown. I'm sure I would be. They're planning the bomb B when you had the whole team toward A. Kind of a hodgepodge of a round. Not sure what the play call was there, but 07. They'll get it done. 4 straight now. And they're looking good. They're looking composed. Fortifi, I mean, they're letting this map get away from them. They started off hot, but they got to answer back in these next couple. Honestly, maybe just a 4-hit toward B or something. They need to win this offense. Excuse me. They need to win the offense. They need to win this one for sure. They don't want to be relying on defense round 11, and nobody grabbing the bomb yet again. Hopefully somebody ends up picking this up. Looks like first blood will be toward Ring, but yeah, same gunfight, same result. Envy gets taken down first. Dristik with first blood, but Nexu playing the pinch, and he's going to get one. And looks like B site has opened up, but they're going to have to backtrack for this bomb. And they might actually rotate toward A. This might allow Drisik a chance, but he's going to have to get a couple of kills here, and maybe not the best weapon. See if he ends up getting a freebie. No, they're going to spot him. Stun's going to land, and now Drisik kind of on an island by his lonesome. Able to get one, though. Nice shots peeled. Nexu, oh my god, almost got the second one as well. That would have been a crucial one. If he wins that one, that's probably the round for 07, because Cincy would have been local for the trade. And now Fortifi. You got to convert this 2v1. There's no info on Cincy yet, and Cincy knows it. He's just playing patient. Honestly, probably preferred if he just doesn't reveal himself. Make them plant the bomb. I'm curious when he elects to pounce now. And he's going to spot the leg. This leg. No, he's not going to get the kill. That was so close to being a kill on the bomb, and now he has a difficult task ahead of him. Both players in front of him watching the crosses, and the bomb is down. And only a stun really to work with here. He's going to just have to rely on the gunny. He's going to have to rip both of these players. But I mean, really, that's only if they allow him to get a gunfight. So far, it's just been shoulders thrown back and forth. Since he does get up close in front of enemy lines, but no, can't win the first one. And there we go. Fortifi, they lock in for that one. And they do end up winning it. I mean, I didn't love the approach they took, but it ended up working out, so. And these next few rounds, maybe playing a little bit more together as cohesive. Might play out a little better, but they did end up winning that one nonetheless. And now find themselves within one round. Definitely still possible for Fortifi to make this comeback. And 07. Gotta make sure you keep your foot on the gas. It's gonna be Cincy with bomb. Pressure toward mid. 3 players of 07. Pressuring Kitchen. Nexu spots it, and he'll dip on out. And this might be clearance toward B. They just have to clear ticket. And the bomb should go down momentarily. Cincy, with some shots over the top, will start to lay it. And now J-Luck kind of on an island watching mid-map. He might get pinched here. Are they going to read the pressure on the pinch? Oh, Envy. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Yeah, just I saw the player, didn't want to fire. I don't know. Maybe just thought he didn't have the gun for the gunfight. And now J-Luck has the opportunity to shut it down. Oh my god, absolutely gunned out of his socks. Drisik gets one back in Tiki, but he might get the worst timing there, and he does. Dyro with one back, though. 20 seconds left. Envy v Dyro. 1v1. In a critical position, and it's going to be Envy winning it. There we go. SMG up close. Gets it done. And Fortifi. They get the nice little retake going. They'll tie things up. 4 apiece now. The pendulum swinging back the other direction now. And 07, I mean, that was one. I feel like he probably got to convert that one. To be honest, I'm not sure exactly. I would have to watch the recap of that one. The arrows on the minimap were kind of everywhere. Everybody was just taking gunfights at the same time, but Seemed like they had the setup toward Tiki, and they could have got to basketball as well. They just didn't really push forward. And the pinch ended up working out after all. Envy wins a crazy one. Kind of on the back of him, the way you win that round. And there we go. Nexu with another first. This guy has been a lot of first blood so far in the last couple of rounds. Foreshadow. And Evolve just holding an iron. Gets one. Instantly traded on through. But I mean, already just J-Luck finds himself the lone member. He gets one, but his location is revealed. And I mean, in the 1v4, essentially. Good luck. Bomb's going to go down now. And really not a whole lot J-Luck can do about it. And barring an incredible... just, I mean, unfortunate circumstances or miracles here. This should be Fortifi's round, and this should put them toward map point. Shoulders coming on out, but they are not needed. Next to just egos, and he'll get it done. Fortifi answer back with 3 in a row of their own. And just when you thought, oh, 7, we're going to take this map number 2 right on back. Fortifi. They come roaring back in this one. They just need one more to close it. And 07. How deep is your playbook now? You're going to have to win this offense to send us to round 11. It looks like back toward A we go, but the stack is on in. Look at how many arrows are here from Fortifi. They're getting aggressive toward Ring. Evolve. I don't know if he's going to be aware of it. Yeah, there we go. 2 dead already. A third one's going to fall. Evolve gets the double kill. And all left to Dior Dyro in the 1v4. Gets 1. But it's a similar situation J-Luck had last round. The only advantage he has in this one is time. Oh, no. Not quite able to get the rip. That would have been an important one. But he's just getting hunted at the moment. They're just toying with him and nothing he can do. It's going to be Fortifi. 4 rounds straight. And they'll take map number 2. Great composure out of Fortifi after losing the first couple of rounds in that one. Or, I guess 4. They lost 4 rounds in a row in that one, I should say. Not first couple. It was 07 lost first couple. Fortifi. They lost more than that. And now they're going to be up 2-0 in this one. Looking poised to potentially close it in 3 as we're going to be heading to Overload as well up next. And I don't know, man. Seems like Fortifi kind of firing on all cylinders right now, doing their thing. It's going to be a tough one for 07 to come back from the reverse sweep. It has to start here, you know? And it's, I mean, we'll take a look at the maps right now. It's going to be Scar coming up next. Not loving 07's chances in this one. Excuse me. Especially with how map number 1 went, but we'll see. Overload definitely a different beast than Hardpoint. A lot more of a kill whore type of game type, especially on Scar, right? You can watch a lot of different crosses. You got to make sure you're getting the kills in transition before you really move up the map, because I mean, you can kind of just hold your base depending on the side you are if you rush it a little bit too hard, but we'll see if that's going to be the case. I know Scar, you can kind of get spawn trapped on this map pretty hard if you do get put in the blender. So 07, they got to make sure they're coming out firing in this one. Or this could be the series over quickly, and maybe not something I expected coming into this one. I was really thinking it might go the distance, but we'll find out here in a moment. And I guess if they do, if 07 do win this one, we have a couple exposure maps in a row coming up next. So, I mean, maybe that'll favor 07. I know they look pretty good on exposure overload when I watched them last time, but it's going to be Hardpoint map number 4 as well. And then S&D coming up next. So we'll see. I mean, if they can survive this one, it's possible, but they got to make sure they're coming out swinging early in this one. They can't go down like they did in the Blackheart early on, because that was just not a good look. It's never a good look to try and come from behind. Once you go down incredibly early, you know, you put yourself in a 50, 60. I mean, they were in a pretty big, like 80-point deficit early on. So if you put yourself in that deep of a hole, it can be really hard to get out of, especially in a game mode like Overload, right? Where you know, the clock is against you the entire time when you get put down that far. If somebody goes up 4-0 at half, I mean, you only have 5 minutes to score 4 of your own to send it to OT. So, I mean, we'll see what happens here. I'm looking for big things. I think J-Luck really needs to step up in this map. I mean, it was really the whole team in map number 1 that kind of struggled in the slang, but I think him and Cincy maybe need to step up in the slang department a little bit in the Overload, as well as maybe just the teamwork as well. Seems like maybe the teamwork is a little off tonight. Seemed like, I'm not sure exactly. In the Hardpoint, Seemed like a lot more solo challenging than I'm accustomed to seeing from them, but I mean, that could just be the pressure that they were put under from Fortifi. It's tough to say, right? You know, we'll see what happens here. I am kind of I was expecting a map number 5, but I mean, maybe the players just want to get me out of here early tonight. We'll see. But I do hear the beeps in my ear. We are going to be loading on in to map number 3, Scar Overload. I mean, potentially the last map in this series. Who would have thought? Am I right? Like, that's pretty crazy. We'll see what ends up happening here. Oh, man. And let me update my graphic. There we go. Apologies. There we go. It's going to be Fortifi up 2-0 in this series. Looking to close it. See how their start looks. And so far, it has been 0-7 winning the slaying battle. And they're gone. Look at where Dior is. He's already in your base. The quickest score in the West. Dior strikes early. And that is exactly what they needed to do. 0-7. Doing what they're meant to do, and Dior is still frying in your base. 3 spree for him and a potential relay coming on through. Dior gets another one, jumps out the window, plays his life, turns and burns, and Dior is just fucking frying right now. Oh my god. 5 in a row for him before he's finally shut down, and that puts a second one on the board. Holy. There we go, 0-7. Where was that in the hard point? That is about the best of an opening break as you could ask for. Seems like they have awoken in this overload. And a third one on the board already. We might be looking at the record breaker for scoring in overload at the halftime. But it will be 3 dead for 0-7 as Fortifi finally stabilized their positioning. Now a chance for them to push up, but good luck. I mean, 0-7 seems to have come awake in this second. I mean, or excuse me, this third map here. Vessel able to get 2 though, and he's still cooking. Pinning you back into your base, and now Evolve with the drone, a chance for him to get something going. But as I say that, 4 are going to fall, and 0-7, they'll still clear out their base for now. They'll stabilize things. A chance for them to rotate on through is... Looks like Drisic already through your base. And since he with the drone, they're just not going to cut him, and he's gone. He gets the 4th one without any resistance met. Nobody wraps back for Fortifi. And I mean, maybe not a record-breaking pace for halftime, but I mean, 0-7, they just punched them so hard in the mouth. Oh my god. Was not expecting this one after the last couple of maps I just saw. And it was because of this man on your screen. It says J-Luck, but don't be confused. That was the Ordaro right there with the 5 spree. I believe 6 at the end there before he was finally taken out. And that allowed them to just push up into their base and get all the kills. And therefore relay the drone multiple times. And wow, just a great effort from 0-7 in overload so far. And we're going to flip on through toward this. We're going to flip sides, I guess, and just see what happens with Fortifi Shadow in this second half. I will say 0-7, I mean, I think they were on the bad side of things too as well. So, I mean, that was even more impressive, but we'll see what Shadow has on the second half here. It's going to be Evolve pushing toward Market, able to get 1, play his life, and might be able to get gone with the drone, but he's met with some resistance and maybe rush things a little bit too quickly there as the rest of Shadow not really able to support him on the push there. And Envy going for a Chow with the sub at that range. I didn't really love that Chow, but he'll get taken down nonetheless. 0-7, now a chance for them to push forward, and it's just going to be Evolve really watching this. He has 3 members to contend with, able to get 2. Thanks to the help of the stun, and he'll shut them all down. 3. 0-7. Kind of collapsed on that one, not reading the pressure. Evolve's positioning just better. And look at this route he's taking. He might be just gone here. It's going to be up to number 7, and he's going to shut it down. There we go. Dior doesn't let any sneaks go through. And yet again, maybe a little bit of impatience there coming through from Shadow with the drone. Maybe Overload, not something they practiced a ton as a team yet. Seems to be the case so far, as it's going to be Dior, another one with the drone. 3 spree for him and a potential chance for him to push forward. He's going to wait for his teams. He knows he doesn't really have a chance of scoring this with the way the wave of kills worked there. Now Envy on mid-map. Waiting for some support, getting some shots in. He'll live for now. Get some tags on in. And he's trying to do his thing, but just meeting There's kind of a brick wall of irons at the moment. Vessel from the top rope's gonna get taken down. It looks like, I believe somebody just lagged out of the lobby, so I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen on this, but potential reset coming in here. It'll probably be a 4-0 up at half type of reset, I would imagine. If they do end up resetting. He might just join back. I don't know how they're gonna do this. They might just have him join back. And it looks like they are leaving though, so we're gonna get this thing reset here at the moment. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna be 4-0. Playing one half of Overload is my guess, even though there was probably a couple minutes, I think, off the clock when he actually lagged out. I will wait for confirmation on that one, but, I mean, 07. An incredibly hot start to the Overload. We'll see what happens on the closing half, as I'm just going to wait for confirmation, I guess, on what exactly is happening here. Not sure what happened. Looked like he just, yeah. Oh, I guess they're just going to call the map. Okay. I guess we're just moving on to map 4. Fortifi just gonna forfeit map 3, looks like, is what I'm getting in the chat right now. So there we go. I guess 07. There you go. You got gifted map 4. I mean, maybe not gifted because they were up 4-0 at half, but they're gonna take it. And I guess we can call it 4-0, whatever. We can call it 4-0. I'll call it 4-0. So we are gonna head to that exposure after all. So potential chance for them to shake things up here. Especially with the lag out here. I know 07 probably would have preferred to play that one out and win that legit, but I mean, you know, internet issues happen. I don't know exactly what happened with that one, but seemed like it seemed like Fortifi were not very thrilled to play Overload, so maybe that's has something to do with it. And we'll get the lobby reset here in a moment. We'll get map number 4 locked and loaded, and it's got to have to be a better effort in the hardpoint this time around for 07. They started off incredibly hot in the Overload, but is that going to be the same in this next map in the hard point with a game type that probably Fortifi have practiced a lot more, it seems like. We'll see if that's going to be the case. I'm actually looking at the bracket I have up right now. So the winner of this match, it looks like they play the winner of Tech and winner POV. I haven't seen winner POV, but I have seen Tech. And Tech's a very good team as well. So that should be a banger, whoever wins that one. We'll see. I'm not sure who. I'm not sure winner POV is a good team or not. I think I've heard of that. I don't know who's on that roster, but I think I've seen their group, and I think they were like topping out their group, but I don't remember their team that was on there. But that should be a banger matchup. I think Tech. I mean, I might be biased, but Tech probably takes that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I need to look at the roster before I judge. Actually, I'll just do that real quick. Let me look. I'm curious now. Who is on winner POV? Who is on this roster? Okay, I don't know anybody on this roster. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who these guys are. I know a Duality, but I don't think it's the guy I know. The guy I know used to play 8s with an AW. So it's probably not him. So I'm probably gonna be taking Tech in that one, and then probably winner of this probably plays Tech, I would imagine, and then the loser of this, let's see who goes where they drop down to, because they probably drop down pretty far, because this is what, winners 2. So they're gonna go to losers 6 when they drop down. So they're gonna be waiting a while. Whoever loses this, they're gonna be waiting at least a week before they play again. So actually almost 2 weeks. Yeah, almost 2 weeks till they play again. So yeah, if you lose this, I mean, kind of tough. You're gonna be waiting a while before you play your next match. So I mean, hey, at least you make it pretty far in the bracket since you drop down after winning winners round 1. So I mean, hey, there's a consolation prize there at the very least. If you end up losing, you don't have to play a bunch of matches till later. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'm looking at the rest of the bracket. I see DC Treason, Houston Spartans. That should be a good one as well. Nino and the boys might end up winning that. We'll see. I'm actually not sure who's on Houston Spartans right now. And then Plum, I think I casted once versus Ascension and Winners 2, I think is also happening. That actually might be the one Prince is doing right now. I'm not sure which one he was doing, to be honest. I'm not sure if he was... that reminds me, I forgot to link my stream in the Discord. Whatever. Forgetful me. Regardless, but yeah, it should be a good bracket, honestly, all things considered, because these are some good teams left in the winners bracket. For sure. Let me see. Looks like we have all 8 in here. I'm just waiting for the players to get things started, and we should be good. I'm actually curious who's on Ascension. Let me go back. Where is Ascension? Who was on Ascension? I've seen this team before. It's just been a minute. And it might be a different roster. Oh, this is Passion and Roman's team. Okay. That might be a good one, actually. Ascension. Actually, I think Plum might take that one. Truthfully. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think Plum, when I casted them, I think they're a stronger I think they're a stronger seed too, or a higher seed as well too. So, I mean, if seeding, if you guys care about seeding at all, it's kind of typically doesn't matter too much in these type of leagues, but depending, it can matter. But we are loaded on in. I'm done yapping. We're finally loading on into map number 4 here. It's gonna be Fortifi up 2-1. 07, they do get the answer back in the overload with, I guess, technicality, really. Maybe a forfeit, if you will. But they were up 4-0. So, I mean, that's their map. They can have it. And we'll see if we can get the teams on the right side, please. That would be very helpful. In the meantime, I guess go back to me for a minute while these players get things figured out. And, I mean, we'll see who ends up taking this. I will say, if 07 can win this, they can win the Search and Destroy, but it's got to be a better effort than they showed us in that raid. I feel like the raid, they just kind of, I don't know. They just let their foot off the gas. They allowed Fortifi to kind of do what they wanted to and just weren't adapting to a lot of the pressure that they were under. So, I mean, we'll see what happens if we do end up needing to go to exposure, map number 5, especially with sniper rifles not being in play on raid, on exposure. It can kind of throw you for a little bit. You know, a lot of the strategies you may be a little bit more comfortable with, you practice a lot, you know, over the past like weeks and months with snipers in with those 2 lives. I mean, you can't really do those anymore, you know, so it's kind of like half your playbook might be out the window. So we'll see. That's all on the basis that, I mean, 07 can win this hard point on exposure first. So they gotta do the hard work first. They gotta do the hard work, and then we'll see if they could do the easy stuff. As we are loading back on in, hopefully for the final time on exposure hard point here. And 07, do or die time. We'll see if they can come up clutch in map number 4 here. And hopefully I have my teams right. Please, please be on the right team. And okay, I'm not sure what's going on. What's going on? Maybe somebody's not there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, how you guys doing, chat? I usually, you know, honestly, I haven't done a poll yet. Let me do a poll real quick. Let me see if I even have time to make a poll before the match starts. There you guys go. You got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes for the poll. Bang, bang. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think somebody's just like not there, and that's why they're not spawning on the right team or something. That's my guess. Oh, excuse me. Oh man. Let me pull up the maps again. Real quick. I will say, 07 in the hard point. I feel like they have a chance in exposure. I mean, Blackheart, you know, it's one of those maps where you can get funneled and just kind of get dominated on. Exposure, maybe not as bad. I feel like it's usually more close when I watch this map versus like, you know, more competitive teams, right? Teams of a similar skill level. I feel like it's pretty close on this one versus like a Blackheart type map. But we'll see. Obviously, it's going to depend heavily on rotations, right? Making sure you're in the right positions. And I will say, I'll shout out Vessel on some of those rotations on Blackheart. He was doing some great plays, some heads-up plays really early, too. Which is obviously great. I mean, you know, the earlier you make a heads-up rotation on a hill, usually the better. Usually around like the 30-ish second mark. If you're out behind enemy lines, you're doing usually a pretty good job, depending on the hill, obviously. But, you know, 25 30 seconds usually is when you want to start thinking about taking a route. And he was a great arrow on the minimap, that first map. And I'm curious if anybody from 07 is going to make heads-up rotations like he was in that first map. That was, you know, a lot of the difference maker was just the side of Fortifi getting behind enemy lines, able to rotate as not even just him, just as a unit a little bit more effectively. And obviously, you know, they were shooting back a little bit straighter. They were getting more trades, but I mean, still, it makes a difference when you're taking those routes early. Oh no, is there T, Seymour? There better not be any more T. I'm just gonna assume everything's all happy and fine and dandy and fuzzy peach and rainbows and I don't know. That's the land I'm living in. You guys should join me. It's pretty fun over here. Nah, who am I kidding? I'm raging and ranked. I'm calling people dumb, whatever. Calling people names. That's what I'm gonna say. As here we go. Hopefully the final. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't even put up my. I thought it was already on the game. The final reset. I hope to God in this hard point. Here we go. It's gonna be Fortifi. Off the break here. Up 2-1. Looking to close it out in 4, but 07 came roaring back in the overload. And starting the reverse sweep potentially. Oh my god, Dristic got absolutely gunned there. Unfortunate gunfight for him. And now J-Luck tagged down low in middle, but teammates shooting over the top of him. Helping him, supporting him a little bit. And despite all that, it's going to be Evolve and Co. pushed out. They're going to flip the spawns. Look at where number 5 spawned out. DR all the way across the map is... Looks like it. I guess they do. Sorry, I'm kind of stumbling for words here. That break kind of got me checked a little bit. And we'll be Fortifi Shadow off the opening hill. Able to get a lot of time on this P1. They read the spawns pretty perfectly on those splits as well. And now Evolve going to pounce and potentially make a play on the rotation. He spots one. Shots are going to land. Not enough for the kill, but he is being very annoying. And it's going to turn all the arrows the other direction. Now a chance for Fortifi to hit from the front. And now Envy staying alive. Doing his thing is Nexu, just baiting for Evolve yet again. And the break is on in. Fortifi. Patience pays off in that one. Now what 07... What are 07 going to do on this break? So far, it has not been a great effort from them. That's going to be another 3 dead. Team shots from Fortifi looking good. The baiting switches leave Dristic left on an island. And Vessel just soaking to his heart's content right now. There's multiple players in front of him. Evolve going to get the credit for that one. Dior with one back. The nade over the top. We'll soften up one at the very least. Evolve with some shots, but not enough for a kill. And just the conveyor belt of pain has favored Fortifi Shadow so far for them this entire P2. And this is going to be an annoying hill to break. This is probably my least favorite hill in the entire game is P2 on exposure. It's just such an annoying hill. You got a nade over the top. If you don't have trophies, I mean, you can kind of get pelted. And it's good luck ripping people off the top tank heady or really any of the spots there. You got to be super precise. And now Fortifi with a chance to extend their lead even further. They found themselves in the back. 07 trying to break from the front. Evolve. Actually, that's a Nexu. Gets one from the window. And yeah, he's going to be in the corner. Peekaboo, I see you. Nexu with 2. And now Fortifi have the opportunity to push forward at the very least as well. They could just pin them back even further toward mid-map. Envy watching the overextension. It'll be Vessel for the cleanup on the front end. And he's going to get a double through the wall as well. Make it a triple. Nope. No bullets on that one. But the rest of his team are still here. They're still ironing. And look at where Evolve is. 20 seconds left. This is the plays I was talking about on rotation. He kind of, you know, cuts it toward mid-map. And, I mean, hey, he got a kill. It paid off for him. And now look at these arrows in the back now. 07 spawning all the way behind Old. And it's going to be up to really Dristic and Cincy in the very back of spawn to make some plays here. And they got a lot of work to do. Multiple arrows in the back. Cincy hasn't spotted anything yet, but he's going to get found out surely in a moment. Vessel, yeah, in the back. Spotted, taken down. And this has been pretty clinical so far, all things considered. I mean, 07 just kind of getting picked apart in this one. 100-point lead so far. Fortifi looking incredibly strong in this one, despite, I mean, Diordaro, he lives in the back. He spawns Cincy on him. It might not matter. 07, they got to win some gunfights, and they got to start soon. There we go. 3 dead in the feed. Evolve only able to get 1 back in 07. They break on in. Better late than never, but been a rough start for them so far, and I mean, I said it in map 1, I'll say it again. They gotta make sure don't go down early, or this can happen where you just, I mean, it's so tough to come back down 100-ish points early on like this. It just forces you to have to play perfect Call of Duty down the tail end, and you really can't afford to mess up at all. And we'll see if they can start stringing things back a little bit. Evolve is here, but Drisic better on that gunny. Able to get one. And now since he gets one back toward mid-map, but immediately taken on down. And mid-map is the key to this hill, so we'll see if that gunfight ends up mattering. J-Luck wins it a crucial one. Top mid. That's going to be another 3 dead. There we go. There's the 07 I was looking for from that overload. They kind of disappeared in the first rotation of hills, but here they are on P5 finally. Stepping up to the plate. Potential for them to actually 60 this hill. Vessel, with the help of the Hellstorm missile, is going to break on through. Looks like that's going to be Evolve, calling that one in. Able to get the player toward top window. And J-Luck finds himself the remaining member of mid-map, just playing his life for the moment. Able to get 2. He'll stay alive. Almost turns around and burns Nexu, but good job from Jay to just try and stay alive. Do what he can. Making things as mixy as possible. They just got to start keeping up. And P1 was a area where Fortifi last time around, they got pretty much the entirety of that hill. It's got to be a better effort for this time from 07. Make sure, and if you're not getting the time, you're at least contesting it. And so far, so good. 07's going to clean house, and Vessel, I actually like this from him, playing down low, playing for the timing. Unfortunately, it's going to be spotted and red there in the end, but I did like the attempt at the very least there. Just timing did not go his way. And speaking of timing, Envy slips the net. He's going to be able to get a 2-piece, and he'll stay alive. And now 07 reeling, licking their wounds after the flank from Envy gets all 3 of them. I mean, that can happen. Your setup just collapses once one player gets through, and he gets all 4 in transition, just baiting and switching, playing off the comms from his teammates so beautifully there. And this has been a pretty good P1 hold, all things considered, ever since Envy took that route. And still, Fortifi with a gigantic lead, 80 points and climbing, going into this P2. And J-Luck, really the only player on the hill right now. He's going to get taken down, and Fortifi is here. They have a couple of arrows toward mid-map and the front that they have to contend with, and they might be able to hold as well. Is Cincy going to fall in transition? And there we go, Fortifi. I mean, they've just been showing out so far, doing their thing on this map. And they'll find themselves back in that 100-point lead, and I mean, they might just end up taking this map. It's gonna have to be 07 coming up clutch down the stretch, but just hasn't been the best map so far. Cincy and Dyro having rough starts, having a rough go of it. It's got to be a wake-up call for 07. They want to send this to that map number 5. Fortifi looking pretty composed right now, looking like they want to advance to winners round 3 here, and they find themselves about 1 hill away from doing so as we wind down toward probably the final hill in this game. It might be this P3 window hill. And 07, I mean, they're just getting danced on. I mean, Evolve just doing trick shots off the tank there. Gets the final one before falling. And I mean, Fortifi, they're set up for new as well. They never got broken. Nobody took a route from 07 across the map to try and, I mean, break the spawns. They knew they have to break from tank, but they also have to rotate. And I mean, they didn't really do either successfully, and now find themselves in an incredibly difficult position. They're going to have to contest P3 from the front here. J-Luck able to get 1, shots into the second one, but he will fall from the side door. Cincy with the trade, but he's going to have to go big here. He does get the double, and now just left to Nexu in the hill. The rest of his teammates across the map, and finally, 07 with some signs of life. But I mean, they're down 130 points at this point. I mean, only 20 seconds left for Fortifi to take it. And look at this route from Vessel, already through new. He did this on the Blackheart, and he's going to do it again here on the exposure. Same thing across the map, but Nexu has been red, so at the very least, 07, they cut off 1 lane. Are they going to know that Vessel is already through? I don't think so. So honestly, Vessel, he doesn't even need to do anything. He just needs to wait back here and wait for some kills from his teammates to spawn 07 members out. He doesn't have to do anything fancy here, but he will be spotted. So Drisic will spot him here, and looks like number 5 might be able to take him out. Actually, it's going to be Drisic chasing him down himself. So 07, not out of it yet. Drisic can tell what can they do on the side door. It's going to be him and J-Luck combining on in for the kills. But Vessel is here, and the contest is on in. Vessel with 1 from the front. He's going to go for the ego chow in the second, not able to get it. And 07 They will stabilize, but nobody watching the dirt pinch. Envy gets through scot-free, and they have to be perfect on this one. They can't afford to give any scrap time toward Fortifi, as Envy finds himself the lone member on the hill. Vessel able to get one in transition, make it a double, as they're still soaking this hill as well. They could still win it on this P4. I mean, 07, they gotta contest this. They gotta go. Nexu's here. He's gonna get free-fired. Envy's here for the trade. Now 07, they're in a tough situation. They gotta contest. Oh my god, Envy gets another one. 07, I mean, they contest long enough, but I mean, 5 seconds, that is not enough of a cushion to comfortably rely on. And here we go. Here the floodgates opened. It's going to be Nexu and Evolve trying to break toward the hill. Nexu gets the one. Evolve going toward the hill. You just got to stay down at this point. He's going to win the first one. Goes for the chow and the pistol. It doesn't even matter. It's all Fortifi in the end. And they'll take map number 4. 152 is all 07 were able to put up in the end. 3 resets later. Fortifi take it in 4. They'll move on to winners round 3. And I believe they'll be playing the winner of Tech. I just said it a little bit ago. Tech and winners POV as well in the next round. So we'll see what ends up happening in that one. A tough way to end things if you're 07. I know they kind of had a rough hard point in map number 1. I was expecting maybe a little bit of a better performance in that one, but just seemed like, I mean, Fortifi, they're just great at hard point. Just shutting it down. Maybe some overload to go back and work on. Let me update my score actually real quick. Definitely some overload to go back and look on in the VOD. And I know they only played half of it or whatever, but I mean, still definitely some woes in that game type. But I mean, great performance, all things considered. It's going to be Fortifi moving on. And honestly, I think they were probably going to be playing Tech. I'm not sure if that map has been played yet or not. I don't think the bracket is updated yet, but we'll keep an eye out for that one. And now 07. They're going to fall to the losers bracket. And I mean, they have a while before they end up playing again. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. We're on losers round 2, and they got to wait until losers round 6 to play. So like probably a week or 2 before they even play their next match. So unfortunately for them, you're going to be waiting a bit. Maybe that'll give you some time. And maybe that is a blessing in disguise. They'll give them a little bit more time to practice. They got a couple of weeks to work on some stuff and could potentially make a run as well, because this is still a good team, but just kind of ran into the iron wall that was Fortifi Shadow tonight. I appreciate you guys coming on out in the chat tonight. That's going to be it for me. Appreciate everybody coming in. And yeah. Next time you see me, I don't even know when it'll be. Probably Friday, maybe tomorrow. I know Friday I'm doing one for ZGL, I believe, as well. It's the DC Treason match, I believe, for ZGL. It's the DC Treason versus, what is it? Hold on. I have it here. DC Treason versus Houston Spartans Black for ZGL on Friday. I believe that one's at 9:30, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. 9:30 Eastern, I believe. So that's going to be it for me tonight. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one, everybody. Peace out.
Steady watching me. Every day they clocking me. Red alert, I'm the dangerous. I keep that clock on me. And they ain't looking for no choke. I'm just looking out for me. Cause I done did shit the niggas ain't talking about no rapping beat. Boy, I'm talking tragedy, masses, casualties. Shit that I can't even remember. Bet they remember me. Shit that happened late in December. I bring that winter heat. Niggas dying the whole October, the real Halloween. Back to back funerals is them us, it's him or me. Don't get booked cause ain't no bomb money. We doing this shit for free. If he told her that ain't my homie, that little nigga weak. If I miss ain't going to sleep, I'm in the streets. We play for keys. 2011, August 11, RIPOD, August 9th, 2 days before, I turned 17, 21 to 45, I'm like, what the fuck that mean? You fighting an armed robbery, shorty, that's what they offer. My little brother getting big, my uncle got that cough again. He been smoking crack since I was born, that one be smoking him. I used to stay up late at granny crib just to talk to him. When I was locked up, I knocked on his door and told him walk with him. Back to this shit, so started rapping, now the war going viral. Boy, this bitch cracking, boy, they ass racking. Hit they block twice, a lot of booming, no damage. His mom will pop out like, oh goddamn, what happened? This the type of shit happened, the life of a sad. You ain't right, you get left, you slipped up, you ain't had that your blood ain't your blood. You my son, I'm your daddy. You my son, I'm your daddy. Police steady watching me, every day they clocking me. Red alert, I'm the dangerous, I keep that Glock on me. And they ain't looking for no trouble, I'm just looking out for me. Cause I done did shit the niggas ain't talking about no rapping beat.